Hello everyone, welcome to this new lesson of our Katana tutorial series. So in this tutorial we are going to talk about collections. So one of the very important things and one of the very powerful things in Katana. So basically collections means it is like a container that has all the selections into it. So basically, let's say I have a simple example here. I have a simple robot, small robot that I have grabbed from one of the example projects from Katana. So this is what the robot is, and I have a ground plane, and this robot I want it to be subdivided surface, and I have another robot that I have disabled at this moment, and I will explain why in a minute. And we have our ground here, and so this is our collection create stack. So basically, in order to subdivide this, we need to use this attribute set nodes. Basically, so we have a set of geometries we need to mention. So we are mentioning here, and we need to mention the same geometry here. And if you want to apply displacement on top of that same geometry selection, so you need to mention the same selection to this pre-element object statement. Maybe if you want to apply smooth normals on top of it, some displacement settings, and so you can you need to basically use your selection so in all three areas. So let's say even more complicated terms. So if you want to assign different materials for your subdivision surface, so you will mention your selection in a 3 to 4 different places. So eventually, if you want to add some update for your selection, so it will be a tedious process to update in all the places. Sometimes we will forget wherever we mention our selections. So in this case, so instead of directly assign our selection custom statement or selection statements like that, so instead of directly assign that, so we can create a collection. It is like a container. We will put some geometries or data into it, and we'll connect those collection into any selections that we want to make in these different nodes. So once if you want to update the selection, so all you have to do is you need to go to that collection and you need to update in the collection. So collection create, so it will update automatically the place wherever you want to update. So wherever you connected, it will automatically update it. So let me show you in an example like this. So as you can see here, so we have this robot geometry here. So if I expand this and let's see, so we have the polymesh. So I just want to subdivide this, and I would like to apply the interpolate boundary as well. So first I'm just going to create the collection. So in order to create a collection, I'm just going to create a collection create node. So basically I've created a stack out of it. So yeah, let's explain here. Let's create a collection create here, and as you can see here, so we have several options here. So the location name, so basically in the location wherever you want to create collection, you can mention the location here. If you leave this empty, so it will create the collection at root level. So yeah, so I'm just going to create a collection. So this is the name of the collection. I'm just going to create a collection called subd, and yeah, so now you can see in the scene graph immediately I got a group called collection, and under that I have a group called subd. So now if I want my collection to be under geo, so you need to mention your location here so that it can select the geo. It will create the collections under my geo group. So yeah, so this is really helpful for in some, I mean, if you have a huge geometry and if you want your custom wildcards to be evaluated only into that particular group, you can just select your location and create the wildcard from that place. So I'll explain in a minute. So let's first focus on the collection create and assign subd. So yeah, so at this moment I have created a collection called subd, and I'm going to add a custom cell statement, and I'm going to grab our this thing, so this expression, so from last session. So yeah, I have this one. So now I'm going to paste it here. So basically now if I run this, it actually selects nothing. So I think we need to put a star here. Oops. I mean, we need to skip everything and fine. So basically we need to start our custom cell statement from the place where we mentioned here. So if you mention it from root level, so it doesn't search from the root level. So this is what our location, so it will search only into this. So yeah, as you can see here, this is really helpful when we are working with huge assets. So now you can see here our collection is working fine. So I'm just going to first assign our subd collection into our viewer object settings here. So in order to connect our collections, so we can create collections here, and you can drag and drop your collections from scene graph location. And you can see here, yeah, at this moment I don't want my ground to be subdivided, so I'm going to create another collection for non-subd. First of all, I have to remove this from ground, so I'm going to put another custom collection, and let me drag my ground here and put this difference. Maybe we need to change the order. Okay, so okay, we want, let's remove this, and yeah, as you can see here, now this is how it works. It's a bit confusion sometime. Yeah, so now it works fine. So this is our subd geo, and let's select our non-subd geo, and let's rename this also to CC, stands for collection create, and subd, and let's duplicate this, and let's change this to non-subd. Cool. So now I'm going to just remove this from here, and as you can see here, we have a CC non-subd, but we haven't changed the name here, collection name. So now you can see we have another collection for non-subd. So from now, what I'm going to do is, in this non-subd group that I have assigned green color, so I'm going to drag and drop here, and it will automatically connect our, oh, for some reason it doesn't work. Why is it? Okay, let's check this. Yeah, it works here on subd. Okay, let's see. Non-subd. But oh, okay, sorry, it's my mistake. So we need to connect our non-subd here. So yeah, it works fine. So we have other options also to connect here. We can just create a collection, and we can select the location that contains our collection, and you can click this drop down menu and add collections from scene graph selection. So now you can see we have our collection is visible now. So yeah, now you can see everything is working just fine. So now we have assigned our collections here, and our collections are working perfectly fine, and I'm going to connect our collections here as well. Subd, so we want to subdivide these geometries. Same subd here as well. So as you can see here, it's already we have assigned in 3 different places. So, and I would like to smooth the normals also for these subd groups. So we have assigned in 4 different places now. So yeah, now if I render this, the subd is just working fine. As you can see here, the geometry is properly subdivided. I'm just going to stop the IPR, and so here's the cool part of this collection tutorials. So now the real big thing is, so now if you want to update this, so let's say if you assign the custom cell statement directly into your nodes, you need to change all the 4 places. But now I would like to add this big robot here, and all of a sudden actually it adds here, because our geo directly entered here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the objects that I don't want to subdivide here. Basically, if you look at the geometries here in the big robot, so these geometries are made for subdivide, and these geometries are not actually made for subdivision friendly. So yeah, as you can see here, these things doesn't have proper supporting edges that can support subdivision surface. So we want to remove these things from here. So basically, if you enable this, so it will select everything, I think, from here. Yeah. Oh, that's my. Okay, fine. So let's see how we can tackle this. So basically, we need to put a different statement here. So I'm going to we have the robot here, the big robot, and we have this main control is our small robot. So I'm going to actually yeah, let's create a new custom and assign it here. Yeah, let's Control X and paste it here, and yeah, I would like to search from this. Oops. So yeah, now you can see here, now we have only this small robot assigned now. So now I want to create a different cell statement for these geometries here. So I'm going to manually select this because we don't have any subdivision tags assigned in our geometry. So if we have any subdivision, let's say if the geometries that are going to be subdivided to be had a keyword like text like subd in our naming, so we can directly select that using a custom cell statement. Otherwise we need to select it like this. So it's okay, that's fine, let's do it. I'm not sure if it is a subd friendly. Nope. Let's remove this from the selection. Let's select this guy. Yeah, I think that's it. So now instead of using this custom, I'm just going to shift, drag and drop and assign here. So as you can see here, it's just working fine. And so we have already added our subdivision geometry here. So as you can see here, I haven't I don't need to go everything separately and I have to update the selection. So I just updated here in the collection, and it's just pick everywhere that I want. But the only thing is we haven't assigned our non-subd geometry. So the same way, I'm just going to assign a custom statement, and I'm going to connect our robot here, and I would like to directly select this from here. Let's check if it works fine. Yeah, it works fine, as you can see here. So now our subd geometries, it's just working fine. So this is the power of collections. So as you can see here, now if I render this, as you can see here, now the geometries are properly subdivided, so whatever that we want to be subdivided. So shift right mouse and drag a rectangle, and you can crop the render region. Cool. So it's just working fine, working like a charm. So yeah, so hopefully you understand the power of collections. And now I have another example for collections. So I have another big scene here. So I have loaded this geometry from Kitbash 3D. This is a bit of a big model here, as you can see here. This is really huge, and let's say huge assets like this, if you want to create a collections like this, as you can see here, I've already created some collections. So our collections are basically, let's select the scene graph location of it. So this is where I've created all the collections. So now, as you can see here, you can directly select and select here. So it will only select the geometries from here. So even if I select the solar panel, so as you can see here, so we have mentioned the location here, so it will search this only into this collection, only into that particular location. So even we have so many solar panels in this whole geometry set, so since we connected our location here, it will search only into that location. So this is really a lifesaver, so when you're working in a big assets like this. So yeah, as you can see here, I have created so many collections here, and so everything is just selecting into that particular thing. So this is really helpful and powerful. So yeah, that's it for the collections. Thanks for watching.